Alright, ladies and gents, welcome to another Asian Robot video. Now, this is probably the first Space Lords video that you're seeing from me, and that's because I've been addicted to this game for quite a while, and I'm just so sad that the game doesn't have a very large community, and I wanna see the community of the game grow. My wife and I have been really enjoying playing this particular game, and right now, what I want to do is I actually want to showcase one of my favorite characters in the game, and that is Mika. Mika is a short-range damage dealer, almost I would say an assassin-style character. She is very, very good, and I have built her in that exact way for the early game. It's great fun for running duos. This particular build gets you through most content, and I personally really enjoyed playing this build last night with my wifey. We were just teaming up and doing some stuff together, and I realized, you know what, I should probably share this build. In fact, it works well for Antag play, but just be aware that 90% of the time, you'd probably want to be a sniper in Antag. Anyway, let's get into it. So, for the weapon, like I said, this is an early game build, so I don't have a lot of the points unlocked. You can see that my rated level is still low. What I really liked about this was building this did not take a lot of effort, so I just put max into effective and just summon to quick fingers. Caliber is left ignored for now. I could have probably built this better, but I didn't realize how to build modifier. So again, even as just like a base weapon, the K&K N90 is your go-to. This is what you'll be using to destroy, stuff in the game. I like to say your opponent, but against a good Antag, this build probably will not be as good because you would not be in the role of the full-on anti-Antag. That'll be left to your sniper or your chosen anti-antagonist player, because this build is more for like PvE than PvP. But it still does work for PvP if it comes down to it. It's just not like super optimized for this ideal PvP situation, but regardless, your K&K 90 is your weapon. Now for your talents, under the Hades division, basically for these early game builds, I've only unlocked half of it. And that's where I want to showcase. So from this half, your best choice is probably Kevlar. I like this a lot because you're going to be in short range, you're going to be in CQC quite often. So this actually helps you out quite a bit. And it has saved my booty hole on numerous occasions. Oh, my phone went off. Alright, other than that, right, the other talents don't really gel that well with her, so I don't really find a need for it. Shutting off your ALF meter doesn't actually mean you're going to regenerate health or anything like that, so it's not that great. Invulnerability meter, you don't really, invulnerability time, you don't really need that unless you're under heavy suppressive fire while invulnerable, but even then, that's only if you're engaged with an elite. Now, if you were engaged with 90% of people, this still helps, because while you're swinging your weapon or throwing your fists, that counts as CQC, which means 50% less damage. Hell yeah. In a lot of the firefights in the game, this is your lifesaver. Next, you want your fixed stabilizer. Basically, this reduces your weapon spread by 40%, and considering her weapons have huge spread, this is actually what ups your DPS the most. I have tested around with a couple other things like larger clip size. Now, that's fun. This one's really fun if you can get your Aleph boost, which is 5 Aleph, alright? And you have 100% increased clip size. You've got a clip size of 60 going around, so you become like a spray and pray short range burst character, but even then, you'll be missing shots at short range without this. So I'd rather have half the clip size, which is 30, normal clip size, sorry, instead of the larger clip size, but with the weapon spread reduced. And when you get to the 70% reduction, it basically becomes a laser, so you can be a pseudo long range if you can maintain your 5 Aleph, which is actually pretty hard in most situations, which is why I don't recommend her as the full-on anti-antag. Like, you'd be able to kill an antagonist at short range with your burst DPS, but if they're like a Herrick player stalking around, or a Shay, dousing you in plasma fire at range, probably not a great idea. You'd have to go up close. Either way, this is good for content, and in order to showcase it, we're actually going to showcase some of the solo gameplay just to show you how this gets you through everything. So look forward to it, and of course, if you don't want to see any of the gameplay of Mika using this build, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe right now. If you do want to see some of the gameplay, stick around. Alright, but thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll do some gameplay soon. Alright, so have fun. Alright, so y'all want to see some Mika gameplay? Here we go. Same talents as before, Genki N90. Start the mission. So, I selected a solo training on intense difficulty just to, you know, showcase how this works.
Was it worth it?
We're approaching the War Dog silo.
I'll just be skipping scenes so that you guys don't have to watch this crap. Now, of course it is because it is solo, it's different from how actual gameplay works, but pretty much it's not that horrifying. Like, you'll still be able to see how things work in general, so. So, gather Aleph, destroy the engines. Like I said, the main point of all this is to, well, other than showing the animation of Mika's ass when she runs, the main point of this is just to show you how this build works, so it's all good.
What the hell is going on in that ship?
Now, using her decoys can be a great way of just avoiding shit. Don't forget, crouch moving is great. Excuse me. And don't forget to do objectives where you can. Oh dear. If you need to destroy these things, this is pretty good at. This build is pretty good at that, so I'm pretty happy. You can always dodge out of sniper fire. As you can see, once you have your Aleph boost, the thing becomes like practically like a little laser. You want to stun people even at a range, you know, it's possible. Alright. Let's go explode Spineska. As you can see, you're not much of a long-range fighter, but you can still dish out a fairly decent punishment once you have your Aleph boost and such. It's pretty accurate. If I were to just aim at her head, it mostly goes there. And because it's so fast, you get something like Constantine, but instead of having to, you know, like, stop the overheating, you're just stopping the, you're just reloading instead, yeah. Calm down, Croucher. My girlfriend's busy at the moment. Now, without the Aleph boost, as you can see, like, your accuracy suffers quite a bit, but it's not horrifying. Like, you can still do something at long range, just don't expect, like, accurate movements, that's all, you know? Like, I'm still dishing it out to her, you know? Well, shooting an exposed lady, huh? None of that sits well with me, but that's okay. Why aren't you fighting yourself, Crasher? You know the drill. This dude here living off wife support. Man. Alright. You know, these guys have very diversified names. Some of them are even Chinese. Why do they all sound like they're from the hood, man? As you can see, you won't really have much trouble pouring on enemy fire on like their whatever the boss is or whatnot. The build itself is very useful for short-range damage dealing. Just don't get yourself thrown off the damn ship. Because she's on the last bar of health, technically she wasn't supposed to go into a refueling process, but it's okay. Now she's just gonna bombard you. So let's finish her off the normal way. Using a hail of glorious gunfire. Now in the actual, like if you're not playing solo, you will encounter those elites, the tougher ones that can throw you off and shit, and also give orders for your death. So just don't forget that. But for now, as you can see, it is still a highly effective build. You'll be doing all your shenanigans and exploding shit. You bastard! Give me my health back. Don't forget, CQCing with Mika is one of the reasons why you want to use the shorter range K&K, because obviously that's a great way to heal. If you're ever in trouble, you know, heal yourself off an elite. It is what I would do. There we go. Nice and simple. So there you go. There's the showcase build. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video where I will showcase more awesome characters that have awesome stuff. Don't miss out, alright? Thank you so much, and I'll see you all on the next one.